What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of Valheim Mods Weekly, the show where we help you figure out what mods are good for you. And as you can see here, we have a few easy little mods we're going to go over. The last one is particularly really cool. That adds a whole bunch to the game. But before we jump into anything, I want to take a second to say thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed on the content. And then thank you to the mod authors, because you guys do a whole lot of really good work and you've really made this game pop. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first mod. And as you can see here, our first mod is called Map Coordinates Display by Thorn. Now, if you look at the top of my screen, it says player, and then those are the coordinates. You have the X, Y, and the Z. So the Z is the height. But if you come in here, I have my HUD turned off because I was goofing around doing stuff. But you come in here, you open your map, you've got cursor coordinates you see there, and then you've got player. So this is really good for if you're playing on a server with a whole bunch of friends and stuff like that, and you find something like I found this little barrow, or whatever you want to call it there, burial mound. So if you're out and about and you find stuff like this and you want your friends to come clear it with you, you can say, hey, I found this place at, and then give them your coordinates, and then they can say, okay, they can run their cursor over to it, put a marker, and then make their way there. Especially, you know, if you're not easily visible, or if you just want to wander around and do stuff while they make their way to you if you're far away. So this is really cool for that, because it gives you a chance to mark stuff, well, not really mark stuff, but to show where stuff is so your friends can mark it. And then you can go wander around, like you can come over here and say, okay, I want to, oh, well, yeah, here we go, copper, I can mine this. Or, ooh, I want to go do this, I want to go loot some more seeds, or, oh, there's stuff over there I need to go kill or do that. So they can have this marked and be able to make their way to you. And then as you say, hey, we're close. Okay, cool. I'll meet you there in a second. And then you're good to go. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next mod. Derviger Circlet. I hope I said that right, by Randy Knapp. And it's a super cool mod because it takes and makes the Derviger circuit, or however you pronounce that, a lot better. So when you equip it, as you see, it lights up a whole lot better. But now if I come over here and I hit the backslash, it actually turns it on. And as you see, it said Pool of Radiance, because that's just an ultra bright, just surrounds you with light. But you can actually hit the open and close brackets. That's the open bracket portion. You can take it down to a narrow beam, take it up with the closed bracket portion until you get to that. You got Pool of Radiance, Luminous Beam, there you go. But it also changed the color from the green that it is to this cool white, so it actually shines a bit brighter. Oh, shnikes. Bam, got skeleton. But it adds a lot to the game, because you can also turn it off, like I said, with this, but it still has a nice little pool of light that it casts around you. Whereas the normal Derviger circuit or whatever is typically set at this, which is not terrible, but I mean, at the same time, it's not great either, because there's times where you need more light than that, especially depending upon where you're at. This mod makes it to where the circlet itself just lights up around you, but also lets you adjust the amount of light you want to output, to where you can open up a whole big area. So if you're playing with friends and, like, say you're an archer, like normally when I'm playing with a group of people, I just hang out in the back and I just shoot my bow like this. This lets them have a whole bunch of, you know, light to see without me being up close and personal, because it's got a wider band. You can also open it up to where it just casts a big pool around you, but, you know, it's situational at best with that. But with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next mod. Alright, folks, here we are with our next mod, and it is called Bears by Shadow84. And as you see, it adds a bear to the game. Now, with this mod installed and spawn that, you can actually have wild bears just popping around the world, just like this one is. I was flying around, I saw it, I was like, okay, cool. It took a minute for me to find one, because this is my test map, so a lot of stuff in this area has already kind of spawned in. So you kind of have to go around and do stuff to get things to spawn normally. But it adds bears. It adds a whole new creature to the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and come out of fly mode. I'm also going to come out of sneak mode. Now, see? You can actually tame this. Now, see? It's attacking me. Oof. Does good damage. Has some good health. There we go. Now it's dead. Now, watch what happens. Pick up all the good stuff. See, unfortunately, it drops Wolf Fang, but, you know, it is what it is. It's a new model, so at least that's great. There are bear pelts that you can get from them on occasion that'll let you craft a bear rug, which I think is neat, but it kind of acts the same as a wolf, so you'll find them just, scattered around, mostly in mountains and stuff like that. But it adds something new to the game, which I think they need to add more animals to the game in general. Like, why is it only just a select few, the stupid death skeetos that chase you forever in the boat? But it adds something cool to the game, and that's what I love about this. That's why I like these mods too, is they add stuff for you to be able to just make the game feel more alive. And like, I like the dynamics of the bears in this, because the bears will chase the pigs and the deer and stuff like that, just like the wolves will. So it's just it's a super fun little mod. It's not huge by any means, but it does change up a little bit and it adds some stuff, and that's what mods are all about. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the last mod. Alright folks, here we are with our last mod, and it is called OdinPlus by Buzz, and it is a super cool mod that unfortunately does not seem to work well with Epic Loot. So when you're playing this, you have to either pick Epic Loot or OdinPlus to get them to work. But what OdinPlus does is, you see Odin there, you see the Moonin or Munin or however the hell you pronounce it, you have a little pot here, and then there should be a shaman standing right here beside this pot that you can take quests and get all kinds of stuff from. And this is a cool mod because it gives you different NPCs and stuff. You can have a wolf that follows you around and acts like that. You can pick stuff up, put it in. You have a troll that'll fight stuff for you. You've got quests that you can undertake. You've got all kinds of stuff with this mod that you can do that's just, not really available. Now, unfortunately, the mod hasn't been updated in a long time. I think since like March, something like that. Since this has been updated, but it's still a really good mod that it lets you do a lot of stuff. But again, you have to pick between this or Epic Loot. You can't run them both. Now, I am running both here to show you what happens if you run Epic Loot. I have the latest version of Epic Loot up to date, and I'm running this, and this is what happens. I come here, it says I can try to use credits. I could offer him stuff. Like, let's see what happens if I offer him a wolf fang. Can't use a wolf fang. So you got to give him a trophy of some kind, and I don't have any trophies on me. Come here, can you give me a quest? No? Let's see if I offer him a wolf fang, see what happens. Can't use a wolf fang. Can I buy anything? Nope. So that's what happens when you have Epic Loot installed with this. I wanted to show it off because maybe Buzz will see this and, hey, I want to update my mod, because it is a really good mod, and I think Buzz has done really well with this. I've played with OdinPlus a lot before, but unfortunately with how everything is updated over time, it just hasn't been able to be kept up. But maybe even someone else will want to, undertake it. But this is just a super cool mod that I think people will really enjoy. Epic Loot is great for giving you that cool RPG feel where you're out killing stuff, you get good loot. But this is still fun. I mean, not having Epic Loot installed and being able to do these quests and have the NPCs and stuff like that is still just fun as hell to me as well. So you've got different play styles you can have. Play without Epic Loot and do all kinds of quests and NPCs and stuff like that, or play with Epic Loot and get all kinds of cool loot and stuff like that. So you have a nice little choice to make here. So you're not locked in to any one particularly, because you can downgrade Epic Loot and be able to play with both. It's just you kind of have to play around with it a little bit. But with that, folks, we are done for the week. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have fun. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.